Evening. Today I'm really lucky to be joined by Judi Hastings. Judi gave an amazing talk at the Sales Dojo a couple of weeks ago. Judi's from Your Time to Change, and she helps leadership teams, senior leadership teams all over the UK, encourage the staff, motivate the staff, help the staff stay longer, be less stressed, be more productive, basically just makes amazing leaders and people. I know, as we've discussed, it's a cliche, but bring 100% of themselves to work. I've got a few clients that say this all the time: you've got to bring 100% of yourself to work. So Judi gave a talk at the Sales Dojo 2-3 weeks ago now.
Maybe, yeah.
Went down an absolute storm because it covers something that I get asked about so much. So I've had a lot of messages, a lot of people coming in saying, Chris, I want to get on the phone, I want to go to that network meeting, or I need to do paperwork or whatever it is, and then I make a cup of tea. And then, right, I'm definitely now going to pick up the phone and make some sales calls after I've filed this bit of admin. And it's procrastination.
Absolutely.
Procrastination's always our destination, especially in sales. And if you don't want to pick up that phone or knock on that door or go to that meeting, you can always find something else to do, can't you? I loved how you explained this and how you helped people at the Sales Dojo. We got amazing feedback about it. So I'd be dead keen if you could just share it with everybody.
Absolutely. And you're spot on, because when we are in that situation where there is something that we want to do that's a little bit different and it's not the norm and it's not something we've done before, what we do is, the way our mind works is, we love familiarity and we hate unfamiliar. Now you'll know that from things that you do regularly. Anything unfamiliar, your brain's got its own protection mechanism that goes, stop, don't like it, I want to keep you safe, I want to keep you where you are, I want you to stay in this zone. So that's why whenever we try anything new, or it is something that is a little bit against what we've done before, our brain serves to protect us and goes, no, stop. Look at that interesting thing over there. Look at this paperwork that you've got to do. This is familiar.
Like a safety mechanism.
This is we like. It absolutely is. And it does that so that we can carry on down our path, our habit paths of, we've done this before, this is where we're safe, this is what we know. Now, when we hesitate, that is that red flag to our brain that goes, she doesn't know what she's doing, so bring her back to where she's more comfortable. So what we can do, which is brilliant because it takes less than 5 seconds, because all we need to do is, when we're operating in that habit of hesitation or procrastination, because we're moving into danger, we're moving from a different part of our brain, we need to get to this part of our brain, which is the kind of exec functioning bit, which you know all about. And to do that, we just need to give ourselves a push moment. That's all it takes.
A push moment.
A push moment. Psychologists talk about activation energy or some things like that. It's just a push moment. That's all we need to do. And it's like when you see a rocket taking off and they do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. It's that kind of thing we need to give ourselves. And it takes less than 5 seconds for us to kind of go, 3, 2, 1, go. Or I've got this, I'm going to do it. It's that moving into that push moment that is going to take our brain from the bit that goes, danger, throw all of the flags up, to going, oh, okay, then that's a possibility. We can start to make it more familiar. So we move to the sensible part that goes, yeah, we'll do that. That's going to happen. So give yourself that push moment that goes, 3, 2, 1, go. I'm going to do it. And you will be amazed at how many times I've done it. I've tried and tested this myself so many times, because I do tend to hesitate a little bit about things. Of course, when you're asked to do a sales dojo, first thing you do is go, absolutely, Chris, yes. The part of my brain went, no, you've never done that before, don't do it. But I went, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, of course I will. You do it. And then you start to make the unfamiliar more familiar. And then when you're doing those calls and you're asking for the business and you're increasing your price, you're doing all of those stuff, it becomes more familiar, and it's a pathway that your brain goes, oh yeah, done this, happy, I'm not gonna throw it.
So if I've got teams out there now, there's a lot of people who'll be watching this out there that I work with, who tomorrow morning they're going to be sat there, it's 9 o'clock, the phone looks like it's made out of lead and they don't want to pick it up. And it's that 3, 2, 1, go.
3, 2, 1, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Whatever it is, just do it. This is going to work. Or whatever, you find your own push point. Whatever it is.
What's yours?
3, 2, 1, go.
That is yours. Okay.
It's mine, sorry. Yeah, it's definitely mine all the time. Or just do it as another one, but I think somebody else has kind of...
I know for a fact, I know Leon's push phrase. I know what he uses. He'll kill me if I share it on here, but I do know what it is, and it involves jazz hands a little bit.
Excellent. A little bit of action as well.
I listened to a Tony Robbins podcast the other week. I'm not a huge fan, to be honest,
Okay.
but I like a lot of the stuff he does. But he had a great phrase for this, and Tony Robbins said, the number one rule is don't negotiate with yourself.
Absolutely.
I'm sure it's not his phrase,
Yeah.
but it's the first time I'd heard it, and I think that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Especially in sales,
It
it
is.
seems ironic, but don't negotiate with yourself. Don't say, well, we could do this, or we could have another biscuit or make a cup of tea.
Because that's familiar, and our brain will go, do that, because we like that.
It's amazing how our own brain is kind of our worst enemy when we're selling, isn't it?
When we're selling, absolutely. Yeah. When we're doing anything that's different, anything that's new, it's always going to kind of pull us back. It's our own safety mechanism because it knows that we like them. But you know what? When we understand it, it's the bit that goes, I know I'm just trying to protect myself here, but I'm going to have a better conversation with myself that goes, no, it's going to be better when I do it this way, so I'll do it this way. And then you open up the pathway that becomes more familiar, and then you're in that zone anyway. And then picking up the phone that doesn't look like lead anymore, it becomes something that you're drawn to because your mind goes, we've done this before, let's do it.
So that almost becomes your safe zone, is picking up the phone.
Of course it does, yeah.
Judi, amazing. There's so many people out there, I know, even myself, that will benefit from that. So tomorrow morning, when you're there, you're prospecting, you're still filling your sales funnel to smash it over Christmas. Don't do anything else. Get your phone ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah. Don't negotiate with yourself. Get on that phone. You'll create these new pathways. It'll become a habit. You'll feel better.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Judi, you're an absolute superstar. I will put all Judi's contact information, Twitter, website, email, etc. It'll be on a link around here somewhere, okay? If you missed Judi's talk at the Sales Dojo, gutted for you. It was absolutely fantastic. I'm sure you'll talk for us again though, yeah?
Absolutely, of course.
Brilliant. Really appreciate you coming in. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll see you all tomorrow. Cheers, everyone.